Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over Bitcoin, cryptocurrency market. I'm going to go over some other cryptos too, and I'm going to go over specifically ICP too, because some things have been asked about that. I've made mention of it in my previous videos, so I'll go into more detail on it briefly, a minute or two on ICP. I think it's very simple. So here's the deal with Bitcoin, guys. The thing is with Bitcoin is I think it's going to be going into an uptrend, more than likely for a period of time, maybe hit 29K. Could it go higher? It could. Realistically, though, we should be looking at 50% retrace is 28.4. We already hit that right there. 29.1. And depending on how bullish it gets, it maybe 30K. I think it'd be realistic. It could be a grind there too, guys. You got to realize that this might not just shoot up there. It might be a grind till the end of the year, November, October, November, December, something like that. It could go higher too. I just don't know really. I think it's done. So here's where you want to check. Okay, I'm going to go down here to the RSI. It's very simple, guys. Take your RSI right there from the peak to this peak, and it's peaked its head over it. Okay. So you can see it peaked its head over it. It comes down, does a back test. It'd probably be a pretty good idea, probably if you're not in the long yet with Bitcoin, is maybe you want to get into one. Okay. If you want to make some money in this market. Now, I want to put a word of caution out there. Everything that I'm saying that is a possible buy, now financial advice, first of all, is it's not a long-term hold. It's a trade. Okay. There is nothing here, in my opinion, in cryptocurrency market that is worth a long-term hold right now. Okay, period. End of story. Don't buy it. Don't believe it. Not accumulation. Not any of that. Now for what I think is potentially going to be coming in cryptocurrency, particularly too, if you look at the traditional financial markets, they're going up for their last wave, guys. Going up for their last wave on the S&P and on the NASDAQ. And it's going to grind its way up there. Typical fifth wave grind, just kind of, it's like apprehensive. People are like, it's going to go down. Is it going to go up? It's kind of questionable. It's typical of the last fifth wave, losing momentum and just going to grind its way up. It'll go probably creep up a little bit. And maybe you get above all-time highs on S&P, maybe as an example, but it'll just keep creeping up there. According to what I have in my data, guys, okay? Unless something, a catastrophe or something happens and that goes away. So, Bitcoin. So there's a big liquidity zone up here, guys, okay? Here, it would be resistance at 28, at 29, and all into that area, guys. So that's what I'd be looking for Bitcoin. So now what I'll do, like I said, warning, everything that I'm talking about is only a trade. If you're in the cryptocurrency market, as far as I'm concerned, if you're here like as a long-term investor right now, your trade was basically on Bitcoin. If you were more of a long-term, your trade was from down here to here or here. Okay. And that now you want to wait and see. It would be more of a wait and see game. What's going on with Bitcoin? Okay, your biggest tell is the traditional financial markets going up for the last wave, and they'll be doing a correction after that. So that's how I see it with crypto. Otherwise, it's a trader's market, guys. Okay, so I'll go over some other. Let me go over ICP here. See what we have going on with ICP. So slowing of momentum. I'm expecting ICP to do a bounce at some point, guys. Actually, you can see right here, your momentum slowing down. I'm expecting it to do a bounce with ICP. So you can see this right here, just like Solana. Okay. This ended up being let me change that color. Where's my settings? I'll put it to red. Okay, there we go. So this area on ICP ended up being a connector wave, just like I said about Solana and some of the other assets. And this proved it. Here's your connector. What is going on again, man? Go to red, and there we go. Let me check it out. Here we go. Yeah, right. Okay, so here it is right here. Here's your connector wave. Okay. You can see it in the RSI down here. My stuff is not setting. Just a second. All right, so there we go. So there's your connector wave. As a matter of fact, let me change that to white so you guys can actually see it right here, right? So let me go to white. And now you guys can see it. So here's this connector wave, okay? And now it's in a wave that came down with divergence. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And broke the low with some divergence down here, right, guys? Okay. So I'm expecting a bounce on ICP, okay? Of how big of a bounce? It probably won't be much. There's not much money flowing into crypto. So your best shot, let's say it's going to end right there. Your best shot, in my opinion, is these are the areas, 420, definitely 43. 0.55 is very common in crypto, guys. Crypto loves to hit that 0.55 to 618. So the golden zone to this area for a nice retrace, and then and as high as 650. But at the end of the day, in my case for ICP, what's probably going to be going on is, since this is a connector wave, okay? So you have a wave here. Here's a connector wave. You see this connector wave? Boom, boom, boom. Came back down. Now here's a connector wave. So is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Don't know. Really don't know. But just because of what I think is going to be going on in the market, guys, is that this here, and it'll bounce, and it'll probably do another one. Bounce, and another one. Whenever the market goes bullish. And you'll be seeing looking something like that with ICP. And it'll just be a grind probably down because it's so low, guys. But to me, it's not investable. You know, it's not, you know, I mean, let's, you know, look at the chart. Look at it from a person that's first, you know, anybody with any reason is going to look at this chart and then maybe look into it and opt out of something like this, guys. I mean, that's a reality of it. Okay. But the you know, if you're waiting for the bull to come back and it gets back up there, you might be waiting longer than expected. And the reason I say that, I'm gonna come over here to total 2. Okay. So the deal is with total 2 is I'm actually expecting a little bit of a bounce in here with total 2. Okay. Give me that back on black now. Over here with total 2, okay? And probably go back up to the 200 period moving average, and then it's going to bust down, okay? So all my indicators, all right, everything that I have is pointing to this, guys, okay? How low is this going to go? Not really too sure, but this is going to happen when the S&P and the NASDAQ do a correction, okay? It might stop here, you know? But the reality is going to be downside. So you see how ICP had a connector wave, and you can see right here is your wave right here. And now you're in the midst of a connector, kind of like this, a connector wave. And now, boom, another wave back down like that. More than likely, guys. So, you know, your Moon Boy mentality is, like I said, you know, I'm pretty impressed with them. They're pretty adamant. This is just going to roll on out of here. The only reason they think that is because of what's gone on in the last 10 years. Things change, guys. Money printer is going to come back on. So I don't know about that one, guys. That's a serious just hopium strategy for the time being. I think if the money printer is going to come back on with the Fed like it needs to for crypto, this will be down here, and then printer will come back on. In my opinion, would be the scenario I see playing out for crypto. But you have to realize this in this area, it's going to be a few months. Okay. So this isn't dropping tomorrow or next week. This is going to be a few months, guys, for this whole section in here. Okay. There's still a lot of support in the market. Once it breaks down, when the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ finish their last portion of their wave and they come down, then this will come down. Okay. Into 2024. Matter of fact, algos are targeting somewhere between June, July, August 24. And then the 4-year narrative, if you want to go with this 4-year cycle thing, it'll be down here, in my opinion, or maybe right here. Okay. So I have multiple indicators, not only these algos telling me this is going to happen. I've just checked it. So that's the reality of it. And so far they've been correct. So what's that leave you with ICP? So let's take a look at ICP. I don't care how good the fundamentals are on this asset, because crypto is all together, guys. As an example, if you go to a stock, so the advantage to a stock is stocks can individually just do their own thing, kind of like Elf Beauty. Okay, you can see here, even if it's going down, but like since March of 20, this thing has been on a massive run, March of 20, and just keeps going up. So, that's the difference between stocks and crypto. So crypto's if Bitcoin's going down and Ethereum's going down, all the rest of them are going down, no matter the strength or the fundamentals behind them. More than likely, there's a few outliers here and there. There are small cap cryptos, which I'll go into a little bit. Like I said, warning, anything I say to get is just a trade. It could be a 1-day trade. It could be a 6-hour trade. It could be a 2-hour trade. It could be a 1-week trade. So, and that's probably about the length of it. Personally, with the uncertainty in the market right now, I am closing all my trades at the end of the day. And even if I leave money on the table, just because of the uncertainty in the market right now. So that's, most all of them, I should say. So let me go back to ICP. Okay. So go over ICP real quick. So ICP, I am expecting a bounce on it, guys, that it will bounce out of here and do a retrace. It's to be expected. There's a lot of bullish divergence, and that will coincide with Bitcoin. Bitcoin doing a bounce over here, guys. Okay. So, in my opinion, if you're in it, that'll be an exit. It's just the reality of the situation. It's just things are not looking good for some of these cryptos, guys, at all. All right. I suppose if you want to accumulate and wait for 2024 and maybe it's going to get out of here, I think there's better use of your capital. I'll just leave it at that. So let me go over some coins, just to give you guys an idea. Like I'll go over some trades and let you guys know. So one I'm looking at is Compound, guys. Compound's looking pretty good. So you can see boom, boom, boom. Our market cipher, it's got a little bit of a divergence. And I think that in this scenario, Compound could do a move up to 49. I'm also looking at about $60 in this area, guys. So that's a really good trade in this area of 25, maybe even as high as 40%. Okay. That's just a trade because I think it's going to go up and it's going to roll back over on Compound. So that's one I would be looking at. Bitcoin would be one, too, to the long side. Let me see. I'll go over some degenerate coins I'm looking at. Here's Clore AI. So this is kind of what you want to look for gains. This is the deal in here with Chlor. I was actually in it last night, but I don't want to do trades in the middle of the night because I was looking at it right here. You can see it was 10 o'clock at night. I was posting this in Discord. I said, hey guys, here it goes, boom. And then you had a move here last night of 20% right there. Okay. And right down here in the RSI on the hourly, you can see boom, 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 you know. So it came down, back tested, boom, and it's back testing on the MA on the RSI. Could come down a little bit more, and you probably get another shot out of there. Okay. But it's building up a lot of bullish divergence. You can see here in the market cipher and right here, right here. Okay. So that's an idea, in and out type deal. How long did that last? I'm kind of surprised it went by that quick. 15th, what was it, about 10 o'clock last night, and it ended in 2 hours. So that was a 2-hour trade in the middle of the night, Friday night. YGG on the daily is another one. Okay. You have the green dot buy signal. And down here on the daily in the RSI, you can see right here. I do it, check it. Okay. On YGG, I'm actually in this one right now because I think it's going to pop. And you can see test there, back down, back test. It's above the MA right now. I think this one could pop, you know, maybe to 26 cents and maybe even higher than that, guys. Okay. So that's an idea. I was talking about Wild before. I said Wild was going to come down and pop, and Wild did pop. You can see right here on the daily, a nice back test on the MA. Boom. Was an entry. Okay. And pat, you know, you get your green dot, everything right there, guys. What was the other ones I was looking at? I think it was, let me see here. It's my degenerate list, guys. My degenerate list. Is it IOTA? No, not IOTA. CFX. Let me check that. I think it was CFX. Yeah, potentially a CFX pop. Right? Your bullish divergence, and it could have a pop. API 3, was that another one? Yeah, API 3 could pop. It could probably pop a little bit. So those are the ones that you know, if you're looking for like 10%, 20% moves, guys, I'd be checking out. So XLM is another one. I'd be checking it out right here to the 200 period moving average once it's done, or this support area, one or the other support, maybe in a wick down there, and this could pop too, guys. XLM. Okay. Let's see. What are some other ones I was checking out here? Solana just doesn't want to play ball. You know, they can't get it to get out of that. I thought it was going to bounce out of there. Now, if bounce out of there, it's probably going to go to 200 at 20 and maybe just above there. But, you know, you could see it get up above on the daily at 200 and through here and maybe a bounce. But Solana has been a big disappointment. But ultimately, the destination for Solana, guys, I have is going to be down below $8. Rune Coin is a real good trade right there. Even all along in this area, I think it's going to 220. Somewhere up there. Another one, Pendle Coin. But check into this one. I'm keeping my eye on this one. You can see here on the daily, green dots, bullish a little bit. This could be a pretty good rip over here, guys. Okay, on Pendle Coin. Some of these are set up to do actually a pretty good, decent little rip. Even Optimism, I think, guys, had a pretty good little signal right there. And this could do a pop up to 160, 170, especially when Bitcoin is going to be going up. Makers doing really, really well. But so I'm looking at the market as being pretty bullish, guys. But like a nasty bullish. Okay. So go back to Bitcoin. A nasty bullish, what I mean is the waves are they're just going to be, it's going to be up and then in a correction for a while and rip up, back down, correction, and then rip. It's going to be something like that, guys. Very choppy, low liquidity, nasty, very hard to time. If you got in down here, I would recommend holding on to the trade and be looking for at least 28K target, but also downside maybe in this area. So a lot of divergence right there, guys. So that's what I look for Bitcoin. Just for a trade, though, just for a trade, guys, that's all that I would be checking out. I wouldn't be accumulating any of these coins for 2024. I would wait for the real potential bottom here, guys. Okay. So this right here in this whole area, is going to be for a while. Okay. It's going to be for a little while. But I think you got a little big old connector wave being formed in here, guys. And would not be surprised if you got something right here and then came back down, get up, and then back test, test the 200, back test the trend, and then this will start in 2024. And I would actually be looking for stops along the way right here. Well, it'll be at that base, then here, then here. And if it gets through all this, and ultimately the destination will be down there, guys. Okay. Especially with the, not the DXY. So you could have relief, the DXY still, staying in that area, keeping the pressure on the markets, with the DXY, guys. So pressure on the markets up there, but eventually it will do its reversal, in my opinion. But the USDT dominance chart, get a little bit of a relief in here. Hold on for a second. Yeah, I'm on regular. In this area, more or less like this. So yeah, dominance chart I'm looking for, maybe back down underneath and then back up, and then eventually this when the correction starts is going to be probably doing something like that, guys. Okay, so that's the deal. How I see the market, cryptocurrency market. So traders environment, guys. Traders environment, and I think the 4-year narrative, once it's bottomed in 2024 and it starts going back up, that narrative probably will come back to say, look, 4-year cycle, but it's going to be down a lot lower. Is Bitcoin going to break the low? Has a good shot of doing that, guys. It does have a good shot of coming down here, testing the lows. Just have to wait until we see we get there. So wait until we see we get there, guys. So here's this move. Did it end here or did it end here? Is this a 3-wave, and is it going up for a 3-wave? Okay, to come back down. Just really don't know how it's going to unfold, guys. My guess right now is that with Bitcoin, you have two options, in my opinion. Is that this here? Let me go back to putting this on white. This here is an option. And went here, 3, and then 5. And then there's going to be a 3-wave move over here and then back down. Or there is the option that this could have been a wave and a wave here, back down and a wave. The issue is you touching here and you touching there. So that breaks the rules of Elliott waves. Fourth wave's not going to price chart to wave 1, but if you do it right there, you can manipulate it and say that this whole thing's a 5 and it's coming back down like this. But then you have this over here, and that coincides with Ethereum because it's a 3-wave move, and is that 5 here or is it 5 here? Did it make a move like that? Really don't know. But either way, for Bitcoin, it'll be up. And when the traditional financial markets are getting ready to go in their correction, then Bitcoin's going to do its correction. Is it going to land here? Is it going to come here to 15, break the low, test the lows, or break the lows? Um, Good question. Good question. But more than likely, I'm thinking it's going to break the lows. Now, the only thing I think that would change and make a difference is if there's maybe an economic type of catastrophe, if you will, and maybe the Fed changes their minds and puts on the money printers. But I'm not expecting, if you're expecting interest rates to go back to zero, I don't think so, guys. They keep saying higher for longer, higher for longer. So I would be planning if it's going to be higher for longer, higher, more than likely they're going to be doing everything they said they're going to do. They've done it. So just remains to be seen, guys. But I don't think right now is the time to be accumulating or holding on to cryptocurrencies, in my opinion. I think it's better to play it safe, trade it, get your dough out of the market, and short it if you see the opportunity. Get your money out of the market, trade it, get your money out of the market. If it goes down, short it. Do that, and increase your holdings for the real bottom. Okay. So, all right, guys, that's the end of my video. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.